Measuring your intensity in training is a key metric you need to pay close attention to. You must continually work intensely enough to get a physical response from your training. RPE is a useful tool that helps us measure intensity subjectively. A simple scale of 1 to 10 is a classic way of feeding back to your program and your coach. However, there are some problems with RPE. Everyone perceives their efforts in completing various exercises differently. Intensity has to be learned, and if you are new to training, the likelihood is you don't really have a true awareness of what your body is capable of. A better method, in our opinion, is to use a measure of reps in reserve. Reps in reserve is the amount of reps you have left in the tank after completing a set, or, in other words, how many more reps you could have done before reaching failure in a set. For example, if I bench press 3 reps at 100 kgs, but I think I could have got 2 more reps out, then I have 2 RIR, or reps in reserve. Reps in reserve is a preferred method for these reasons. Number 1, you're less likely to overtrain. By keeping something back in your training, you're less likely to overdo it and have DOMs that will put you on the bench for a week. It's a good method for keeping your enthusiasm and ego in check. Number 2, helps maintain form. Again, by steering a few reps clear of failure, you reduce the likelihood of technical breakdown in your lifts, and thus reduce the risk of injury or poor movement reinforcement. Number 3, helps identify intensity. Sometimes using RIR is a better measure for identifying intensity. If you want to work very hard, going until you have 1 to 2 reps in reserve is probably about right. The question we get asked a lot is, should I go to failure on sets? There are times when we can go to failure because it does elicit a growth response. However, it's all about dosage. Too much failure and you'll do more harm than good. More doesn't always mean more, and you need to use this technique sparingly. Our programs use a reps in reserve method to measure intensity. We rarely go to failure, and when we do, it's always on low skill movements to avoid technical breakdown.